So do you guys want smoothies?
Yes. Oh my god,
Yes.
that sounds amazing. What smoothie from where?
Tropical.
Tropical smoothie.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm picking your smoothie for you.
Why?
Just trust me.
He's gonna pick Kiwi Quencher. And it's amazing.
Is it good?
That sounds
You
amazing.
know, I'll
That's
trust you.
one.
Kiwi. And I love kiwi.
All right, guys. Now, welcome back to another episode of the Double Effect. You got your host here, Jose.
And Lewis.
What's going on, guys? So, listen. So everything that's going on. Oh my God, I can't even. I'm pretty lost for words. And the best way we can put it is LA is at it again.
Not only
You
that, but the whole NBA has literally gone from a Warriors league, and they flipped the free agents flipped it on its head,
Dude.
And now the NBA is more wide open than it has been since the Warriors have started.
I feel like in the last 10 years, this is probably the
like
craziest.
the Avengers
free
were
agent-
defeated, bro. Like
Yeah,
that's how it
like,
feels.
Like it's like
yeah,
it's great in a snap. Like
Kawhi
everything-
said, and everything just changed completely.
That man is literally playing chess while everybody's just like checkers.
yeah,
Got it.
Kawhi
Like
moves
Kawhi moves
like no one else.
different, bro.
Like, bro, he said, all right, so I'm in San Antonio. In 18 months, I can be home. Trade me.
Strategic.
San Antonio was like, all right, let's be the smart guy.
Yeah.
Let's trade him as far away from LA as possible.
As
Literally
possible.
like you
Yo,
sent him
literally. You
furthest
sent him
away.
away from the United
You
States.
sent him a whole entire country away. You sent him to Toronto, and he goes, okay, I'm gonna make, I'm gonna do my due diligence and do my best.
Exactly.
And he becomes a Finals MVP. And he
And a
becomes the
champ.
first Finals MVP to ever leave after winning Finals MVP.
True.
Kawhi moves different. And
He does.
He's setting a new blueprint for future superstars to come.
He really is. He really is.
The way he moves, man. Skip Bayless is so salty right now.
Oh yeah,
So
he's
salty.
mad.
But he gave him props
Yeah.
for challenging LeBron.
Because he said, I think it was something about it would have been a weak move if he would have joined the Lakers, which I get it because I actually prefer seeing Kawhi against LeBron.
Who doesn't,
You know what I'm saying? Because that's gonna be a fun game to watch, man.
Right.
Come on, guys. But that move,
Right.
like that. So Kawhi comes and he goes like this. Yo, PG, you ready to go?
Right.
Yo, you ready?
Right, so the
Yeah, I already called my trade, bro. They giving me like 4 unprotected picks and a protected pick. You ready? Yeah, I'm good. I'm there, bro.
Listen, it's 4. Look. Let's listen to
It
this.
goes down by
how,
the years too.
How Paul George got to the Clippers, right? Paul George says, Kawhi calls Paul George. He goes, yo, I'm going to LA only if you come with me.
Only if you come through.
Request a trade.
Yeah.
Paul George goes, okay, let me request a trade. Right? He requests a trade. This is what Oklahoma gets for Paul George.
Yo.
I like Paul George, but I would not give up that much. But
That's
I get
a lot.
I get it.
I get
They're
it,
going
though.
for the championship.
Like, they're trying
They
to
give
win it
up
all.
4. Is it protected or unprotected picks?
So they got 4
4 protected picks.
I thought it was unprotected and 1
Either
protected.
way.
Either way, it's a lot of picks.
It's 5 picks and then 2 picks to swap.
Yeah, 2 pick swaps. Yeah.
Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, a nice young point guard.
He's pretty solid.
Not that Oklahoma needs it because they have Westbrook and Schroeder.
Yeah.
But that's fine.
But
and
that's
they get
fine.
Danilo Gallinari, which is
Gallinari's pretty solid.
a scoring replacement.
Yeah,
for
so
Paul
he can hit the
George.
3 every now and then.
You hit the 3, you get you 20, 22 points a game.
But the fact of that, sorry for cutting you off,
You're
but the
good.
fact of getting that point guard in Alexander, I really think
They're assets.
he's an asset, but I really believe that Westbrook is going to be in the talks of
Oh, he's getting traded.
getting traded. Either to the Heat right now or the Rockets. We don't really know where he's going to land.
I think Westbrook's tired of just being,
And-
not necessarily snake.
Like,
but
literally,
just
if he
dick
took
star.
off his jersey, you would see scars and bruises because he carries that damn team on his back. He carries that city on his back, bro. And it's just like, after a while, it's
He
like,
represents OKC so hard, man.
so hard, man. And that's why, like,
I
if
think
he
it's time
does,
for him to just,
spread his wings, bro.
You gotta go.
Open up his horizons, go somewhere else, and I feel it. But
trade destination to the Miami Heat
would be sick.
Would be sick.
Because him and Jimmy, bro.
Right, so Jimmy Butler
I'll go
signs and
watch.
trades.
We gotta go watch.
We gotta go watch. Yeah.
We gotta go watch that.
If Westbrook lands,
Yeah.
we're definitely going to Orlando game.
Yeah.
Orlando, Miami.
Yeah,
for
like
sure.
we have to.
Right, so Jimmy Butler decides, hey, I'm a sign and trade. The Sixers send Jimmy Butler to Miami.
Yeah.
Miami sends Richardson, J. Rich. I don't know if his name is first
I thought
name
it
is
was Josh.
Jason. Josh Richardson.
Yeah.
Josh Richardson. They send. What was the other players? I blanked.
I don't remember, to be
Right.
honest with you.
I think
But
it's
he
got
just
Richardson pick.
officially signed or whatever. Did you see the like pen flip? and
Right,
everything?
right. So
Hilarious.
the point is, Miami now has the Heat, and they still. I guess you can argue they still have assets to go ahead and trade for Russell Westbrook.
They do, yeah.
And if they were to trade for him, that'd be a nice dynamic duo in Miami. Like, this league has become a 2-superstar league. Let's talk
And
about
Yeah.
one of the biggest free agents
The
this year. Kevin.
biggest move right now is like so.
I think the Kawhi move trumps this move, but at the same time, this move it shakes the NBA completely. Kevin Durant decides to go ahead and sign and trade with the Brooklyn Nets. The Brooklyn Nets sign D'Angelo, the
Kyrie.
Warriors sign Warriors, and then they trade.
Yeah.
So D'Lo is now with Curry,
Which-
the worst defensive backcourt in the league.
Yeah.
And then
Which ultimately, like you said, like when we've talked about it, yeah, D'Lo's gonna be a trade asset.
right, I think because D'Lo was
Because of
traded
that.
to the Warriors,
Yeah.
and they signed Klay Thompson to like that super
That max deal,
contract.
which he deserves.
He deserves.
And I knew he was gonna sign that max deal. We knew he wasn't leaving, bro. If out of KD and him, he for sure wasn't leaving. He loves it there.
I
Like
think
I
everybody had a strong feeling that KD was
Yeah.
out.
At the end of the day, he's still in California. You know what I'm saying? Like he's still there.
the
It's-
Warriors are. I said that they weren't a playoff team, but if you come to think about it, they're still a playoff team.
So
They're still
they
a playoff
can be, but
It's not going to be easy
it's not, bro.
because the West is ridiculous.
Don't worry
right
about
now.
it. Down in our comments, we'll give you like a list of what we think the West and the Eastern Conference will kind of look like.
We'll put it
playoff
in
time.
the description.
Yeah, in the description below, and we got you.
Right. So Kevin Durant does that, and then they sign Kyrie Irving on top of that.
Yeah.
And not only on top of signing Kyrie Irving, they signed DeAndre Jordan. So
Okay.
the
Which
NBA
is a
landscape,
decent big, I guess.
he's a solid big man.
Yeah.
He's a solid big man.
He's
that
gotten better,
can give
though.
you quality
He's definitely
minutes.
improved.
He's definitely improved on his free throw shooting.
Yeah.
So you can't just go out there and foul him all day. You know.
True. Yeah.
So right. The NBA landscape in terms of like what the Nets have done is not going to change this year because Kevin Durant's going to be out with that torn Achilles.
Yeah.
But when he comes back, the Kevin Durant and Kyrie duo it's a solid duo, man.
It is.
It's
It
a
kind
very
of
solid
puts the East at kind of like, all right, now we still have
For me,
more
that's
superstars
that's
now
a team.
because it's a solid team. And why I say there's more superstars now because now Kemba is
Right
with Boston.
because Kyrie left Boston. Boston go ahead and they say that's fine. We lost Kyrie. Let's grab another top 5 point guard in Kemba Walker.
And Kemba Walker.
They've had Isaiah Thomas, top 5 MVP candidate. They've had Kyrie
They
Irving
dogged my guy out.
Top
Only
5.
a year contract, barely. I hope he balls out this
to
season.
the Wizards.
Yeah, I hope he balls
Right,
out
right.
this season, man.
So they get Kyrie, right?
Yeah,
Well, top 3 point guards in the league.
yeah,
You can argue top 2, some people say, right?
yeah.
And then now they get Kemba Walker, top 5 point guard in the league.
True.
So, but at the end of the day,
Is it really going to change? The question I'm going to ask you: is it really going to change the dynamic of where they will be as
their
a
success.
whole? Yeah, with their success. Do you really think so?
No.
I agree with you. I don't
I
believe
don't.
either because Kemba is to me. I would pick Kemba over Kyrie. And my reasons are the reason as a team. The reason why is because I'm very big on team chemistry, and I feel like Kyrie is a better player, 100%. But I believe chemistry-wise, Kemba will fit what's going on.
Right.
But as play style-wise, he's the closest thing to Kyrie's play style. Needs the ball,
But
boom,
but then
you know what I'm saying? I feel like
I would agree with that if they kept Al Horford. But
I feel you on
Al
that.
Horford
I
left.
really hope Taco falls. I really believe in Taco. Like I feel that if Taco shows up, I do, man. I feel bad.
Look, I don't
I just-
laugh because I think Taco's a bad player.
Yeah.
But the hope you have in him is sky
It's
high.
because I'm telling you, it's like to me it's about heart, and I feel like he wasn't afraid of Zion. Like I'm telling you, after that UCF versus Duke game, I was like, this kid isn't afraid to play. You know what I'm saying? He's not afraid of anybody. If he's not afraid of Zion, this massive creature, He's not going to be afraid of LeBron. He's not going to be afraid of AD. He's going to get dunked on regardless. But he's not going to be afraid.
I don't think it's an easy task to dunk on a 7'6" player.
It's not,
bro.
But I can see.
The rim is right here.
I can see the lob LeBron does because LeBron's court vision is probably the greatest court vision I've ever seen in my entire life. And he's going to lob it up blindfolded, and AD's going to just bam on anyone. But I just believe Taco Falls will be a great defensive asset to the Boston Celtics. Shot blocker, get rebounds, and just be a good face there. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, Ivan, real quick. They're outside. Can you go get them?
All right.
Appreciate you. That's all right. We got enough, man.
Yeah. You're good there. So
Yeah.
just put you're good.
Bro, I'm telling you, the landscape in the NBA, it's flipped on its head.
It's completely flipped, bro.
changed. And nowadays, like I said, it's a 2 superstar league. There's no 3-headed monster anywhere. I guess you can argue now that there's a 3-headed monster in LA because they did sign Boogie to that 1-year deal.
That's right.
But that
same
Boogie
time,
is not what he used to be.
He's not, but okay. So do you think he will start over JaVale?
I think to start the season, no.
I don't think he'll start over JaVale.
But I think eventually he'll work his way into the starting lineup. Just because he's a better player than JaVale McGee.
So something that I was paying attention to in the media.
Real quick. Hold that thought.
Yeah.
Please hold that thought. My reason to start DeMarcus Cousins is you make up for what you lose in DeMarcus's defensive ability.
Yeah.
You make that up in LeBron and AD.
Yeah.
If you were to plug in McGee in the starting lineup, the bench has no defense.
They got Rondo too.
Right. Rondo's starting though.
Rondo is starting.
So then you put
Quinn Cook, though.
you put McGee at the center.
Yeah.
On the bench, you have at least a defensive power, not a powerhouse, but you have a defensive player on your bench.
True.
I would start DeMarcus Cousins just to have that offensive punch in that 3-headed monster that can potentially be, just the deadliest front court in the league.
I feel you.
It is at this point.
Yeah.
But there's no doubt.
Oh
There's
my
no
God!
doubt.
Thank you. Hey, can you turn my GoPro off? Just hold.
I did.
No, you
Thank you.
stopped it. You didn't turn it off.
All right.
Yeah, just throw it. Just pass it to me. No, you good, guys.
It's all right. Let's continue. Where's that about? All right, so I put McGee on the bench, get my defensive side up. All right, McGee on the bench gives you defensive potential. Not potential, but he gives you a defensive force to play with off the bench. Because the Lakers bench is going to be, full of solid role players, as a bench should be. I start DeMarcus Cousins, no doubt. No doubt in my head.
So, with their lineup, real quick about the Lakers and their starting 5 right now, it looks to me that it's what Rondo. I'm not gonna give you the order, but it's Rondo, LeBron, AD, JaVale, and who's their 2?
Probably like KCP. Caldwell.
Oh yeah, Caldwell. I think he's coming off the bench.
Who would start?
Because I think if I saw it right, it's Quinn Cook, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Jared Dudley. Danny Green, my dog.
Right.
So Danny Green starting. You got Kyle Kuzma at the 3 or 4. Then you got DeMarcus Cousins.
You got Kuzma starting?
No, Kyle Kuzma's going to get 6 man a year.
Yeah.
Mark my words.
Mark my words.
I promise you. I know Lou Will is probably the greatest. To me, he's not the greatest 6 man. I think Manu Ginobili is, but he's up there.
I think eventually he should make his way into the starting lineup. Like you have LeBron at the 3, Kuzma at the 4.
I feel like there'll be
and
some
AD at the
games
5.
that LeBron will facilitate it to the point where he'd be like, I need Kuzma in the starting lineup.
People are saying that LeBron needs to fulfill the Magic Johnson role right now. He's not that he's declining, but physiologically, his body is not keeping up the way it used to.
So thank you for bringing it up, because about body. So what I believe is going to happen to DeMarcus, he will re-sign after this year because they're going to win a chip. And this is why I believe this. So he's out of shape. Anthony Davis is probably going to get into the best shape of his life. Because who takes care of their body better than LeBron James?
Mister, I spend $1 million or $2 million on my body every year.
$1.5 million.
Every year in your body.
A year on his body.
On him, that's it.
Alone.
That's not saying like
that's probably Nike money too.
That's Nike.
Nike. You remember? Hey, trainer, swipe. Like, chilling. You got
ridiculous.
Cash App? Ready. You know what I'm saying? Anthony Davis is going to get in the best shape of his life. Kyle Kuzma, I genuinely believe he loves being with LeBron. He loves working. He loves grinding. He comes, from like a school that no one knew about?
Mm-hmm.
Love it. And I think DeMarcus Cousins is going to get pushed, and he's going to get that buy-in from LeBron and be like, damn.
I can do it.
I can do this.
I can do it.
I can do this again.
LeBron makes you feel that way, man.
He has that, bro.
LeBron has
it.
such a work ethic, and he's such a great leader that you have no choice but to be like, yo, I gotta match that. I gotta do what he's doing, you know?
And
Because
that's
he
why I
does
think
everything he can to
that's
make
why I think
himself.
probably by playoffs, DeMarcus is
gonna
definitely gonna be like, oh shoot,
Mm-hmm.
he's
Mhm.
back. Yo, and you're gonna have this freaking 3-headed dragon just coming at you. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Man,
it's gonna be sick. The NBA is wide open, man. It's freaking disgusting.
scary.
So who we got? Who else we got? We got Al Horford with the 76ers.
A pickup that I really like is JJ Redick to the New Orleans Pelicans.
I think
it's probably the perfect signing you could make. You give him a 2-year, $26 million contract. That's
Easy.
$13 million off the books. You give it to him because guess what? He'll listen.
easy.
On a team last year, he was on the Sixers. A team with Ben Simmons, Jimmy Butler, Tobias Harris, and Joel Embiid. He averaged 18, 19 points a game.
Easy.
That tells me, obviously we all know this because JJ Redick is the greatest off-ball. Not the greatest. He's one of the
He's definitely
greatest.
top 3 greatest off-ball players.
He's one of the best off-ball players of all time.
Yeah.
You don't need to give him the ball. And in a system where you give Lonzo the ball, you give Brandon Ingram the ball, and you give Zion the ball, and then you just let JJ Redick run circles around the defense and just pop you a bunch of threes and lead your locker room. Because guess what? He's going to
Easy
be the
money.
ultimate leader.
Yeah, easy money.
He's going to be the leader that leads them to the playoffs this year, bro. Because the New Orleans Pelicans are such a good team.
That's why
They're-
so you got
They have
Lonzo.
the potential to be such a good team.
They really do, and I feel that being Lonzo, Ingram, Josh Hart coming off the bench, of course. They had that time with LeBron, and that kind of maturity where Lonzo. I'm telling you, give Lonzo probably 2-3 more seasons, and he's gonna become this alpha floor general that people are gonna be like.
So I think he'll be one of those players that just commands respect just because how he carries himself on the court. I don't think he's going to be a Chris Paul where he's barking orders left
Oh
and
no,
right.
hell no, definitely not.
But he's going to get on that court.
Oh yeah.
And when he's on that court, you know
He
that
knows.
he knows what he has to do. And he's going to command respect just because he's going to get to the ball. You have no choice but to respect somebody that gets you
100%.
the ball. If somebody's
100%.
passing you the ball and getting you easy buckets, you have no choice but to respect that player.
Exactly.
And be like, all right, I'm going to continue pushing because guess what? If I get myself open, Lonzo's handing it to me.
Yeah, Lonzo's gonna give it to me
Without
regardless.
hesitating. Without
He
hesitating.
cannot even look at me. He's gonna be like,
Exactly.
no look, there. So I really think they could take
Brandon Ingram can develop.
I believe he can. I
He's
just
going to
hope.
develop into one of those players where defensively he has that potential.
Yeah, 'cause
I'm not
of his
sure.
length.
I'm not sure if he'll reach it. He
I
needs
feel
to
you.
fill out his body a lot more. He's gotten better. He's gotten stronger.
Unless he genuinely does what KD
But-
does and just become this scoring machine, and just
Yeah.
use his length as this ability
Yeah.
and just use it to his
But
advantage.
for me, listen, I have Lonzo at the 1, Drew Holiday at the 2.
Nasty.
Right?
Starting
The best
nasty.
best defensive backcourt in the league.
Defensive, you think so?
Oh yeah. Name a better point guard shooting guard duo that can defend better than they can.
I mean, if Clay wasn't hurt, I feel like they're a
Nope.
decent talk. You don't think so?
Oh
You don't think Curry can
no, because
defend?
Lonzo's locked down and Drew Holiday is locked down. Right? You already have those defensive players that can lock down the perimeter, right?
Okay. True.
Brandon Ingram,
Drew
if he doesn't
Holiday is
develop
probably
it,
one of the
you-
strongest players I think I've ever seen.
Drew Holiday's
Yo,
a strong
I've seen him
boy.
drive to the paint.
He's like an Eric Bledsoe.
Yo, and it's disgusting.
Right. Brandon Ingram at the 3.
Mm-hmm.
You give him the ball, he'll go get you a bucket any day of the week, right? Veteran leaders in Drew Holiday and JJ Redick. You got Zion at the 4, who has defensive potential that has never been seen before. Just
Who's
based
their
off
5?
based off the rookie Jackson Hayes.
Okay.
You plug him in
Yeah,
there. He's
you
a
plug him
solid.
in there, he's gonna be
He's a
decent.
number 8 pick, so it's not like he's a slouch.
Yeah, exactly.
The man can play.
The man can play.
The man
But
can play.
6-man then would be JJ.
Oh, I don't think JJ has a problem coming off the bench.
I don't think so either.
Because
But
he came off
but
the bench.
to me, I think
he
that's
came off the
scary.
bench some of the time for the Sixers.
But to me, I think that's scary. How you got a shooter like that coming off the bench?
Scary.
Like, yo, that's my 6-man. Yeah, what happened? He's gonna drop 22 on your head. That's the same reason why I think Lou will have competition this year with Kyle Kuzma. Kyle Kuzma's gonna come off the bench and he can start. Same thing with Lou Will.
You think there's gonna be like a decent amount of players coming off the bench just scoring, like giving you buckets?
Yeah, man. I
You
really
got
do
Lou
think
Will.
so.
Lou Will's
Really
gonna come
do.
off the bench and give you buckets.
Yeah.
Because that's just the role he plays.
Yeah, especially with
that's
LA
his role.
too. Especially with LA too. Like imagine
got-
Boogie. Imagine their whole like bench just coming in.
You got Kuzma coming off.
Kuzma off the bench. Kuz got Cousins down in the post. What is he gonna get you? 10 boards. He's gonna be a double-double. 10 boards, 12 points, easy off the bench.
Oh, Kuzma? I got him at 15.
Kuzma's gonna do 15 plus
15,
points every
16
game.
points a game.
But I'm saying like DeMarcus, he's gonna get you 10, 12 points. He's gonna get you 8, 10 boards off the bench alone.
Like how we mentioned, the role that he fulfilled towards the end of the Raptor series was great. You
True.
get him in there, he gets you 2 layups, he pulls a 3, boom, 7 points in like 3 minutes.
Yeah.
That's what DeMarcus Cousins needs to do.
Yeah.
There's nothing special that he needs to do. Especially now that you have LeBron and AD, you don't have to be that player you were, man.
Exactly, you don't. But I think he will be better because of this season. Because he's with LeBron. He's going to show him a different way of looking at things. Because, DeMarcus Cousins has this trademark of being this badass and being this
He's
very
a bully.
confrontational bully, all this stuff. And I feel like,
He doesn't listen.
and I feel like he'll listen to LeBron. Not only will he listen to LeBron, he will teach, I think, Boogie how to use that as a tool to get an edge on people, but not to be toxic with the team. So that's what I'm hoping for, and I really think he could do that.
Well, he matured a lot on the Warriors, man.
He did. I feel like it's not. I feel like yes, it's maturity, but I feel like he got humbled.
He got humbled because there's no teams throwing him that money he wanted. He got humbled big time, and he had no choice but to.
I thought one he was gonna end up with the Spurs because I heard DeMar was like, "Yo, we gonna give you 1.5, bro. That's all we got for you. Okay, is that cool? All right, that's all we got, bro. Ain't nobody else looking at you." Like I really thought that was gonna happen.
That would have been a nice little team.
I think Greg would have freaking
A nice
in his mouth.
restricted free agent that we kind of had a good idea that was going to stay, but I just want to talk about this team really bad.
Yeah, of course, go for it.
The Dallas Mavericks.
Yo, man,
The Dallas Mavericks.
I think they signed another guy today too.
Yeah?
Yeah.
They're signing a lot of good players here and there.
Yeah.
Because they missed out on the big free agents, right?
They really did.
But you already have Luka
Well,
Doncic.
you have Luke and you got Kristaps. You know what I'm saying?
Right. And then you have at point guard. Who do they have at point guard?
Isn't that Luka?
No. He's playing the 3. Let me look up Dallas.
Luka's playing the 3.
Yeah, that's what he played last season. Bro,
He's disgusting.
He's a playmaking 3.
He's so raw.
Real quick, let me see if I can
Yo,
find...
Luka, you watch this? Sam Andor.
Sam Andor?
Sam Andor.
Derrick Rose to the Pistons.
I think Derrick Rose is just gonna ball out.
Ball out?
Yeah, I think so. I think he's gonna ball out. I think he should definitely start. I don't think he should be a bench player there because the Pistons suck. So I just.
I think he should come off the bench.
You think so?
Yeah. I think he'd be a good spark plug to come off the bench and give you 15, 16 points a game.
Easy.
Have a nice game.
You know who I feel bad for on the Pistons? Little side note. I feel bad for Andre Drummond.
Why?
Because he's probably the top 3 best rebounders in the league right now, and he plays for the Pistons.
The thing is, they're known for rebounding big men. You remember the Fro?
Yo,
They're known.
Big,
But I
Big
think,
Ben. Yeah,
I think
like,
Andre Drummond. I don't know if you remember this list, but I think the list was from like 2015.
what's up?
And Andre Drummond was like on number 3 in terms of like the best superstars to come. Like,
Yeah.
like Andre Drummond was up here. Everybody's
Yeah.
like, yo, he's gonna be the best. He's gonna be the best. He's gonna be the best.
He's still a stud to me.
But he didn't develop his offensive game, man. He didn't develop a jumper. He didn't develop. I mean, I guess you can say
he has a decent post
moves,
game,
but it's not.
But I feel like
It's not something that will take you deep into a playoff run.
I feel like defensively he's decent. He's pretty solid. But I think rebounding, shot blocking, he's pretty. He's there.
I don't think I wouldn't mind Drummond on the Lakers.
I wouldn't mind him on the Lakers, but starting though, for now, because then Boogie would eventually swap.
But then again, if you say you have the Drummond, this is just hypothetical.
Yeah, of course,
it's kind of fun.
Yeah.
You have Drummond on the Lakers, that leaves them without shooters. It doesn't leave them without shooters because obviously AD can shoot the three, LeBron can shoot the three, Rondo can't shoot the three.
Rondo can't shoot.
KCP can shoot the three.
So that's something.
Are they gonna have trouble shooting?
I don't think so, because Caldwell Pope has always been a solid shooter.
If McGee starts, he's not shooting threes.
McGee's a retard.
But
he's developed his game. He's gotten much better since he played with the Warriors. For some reason, his game has definitely gotten better.
The Warriors changes players, man. Their system is similar to a Spurs system.
Is it the Warriors or is it Steve Kerr?
I think it's a mix of it. I think it's a mix of the Warriors' lifestyle and system, because the Warriors have their system has become like similar to the Spurs. Like when you go to the Spurs, you don't go as a player.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't go for yourself. You go in there to buy into the system. You have no choice. You buy into the system, and you're you're a part of the team.
True.
Just because the history they have, man.
Yeah.
With players like Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, Tony Parker, those players set the tone for the franchise to continue developing.
Yeah.
And the Warriors are kind of doing the same.
True.
Like, I think the franchise that I respect the most right now is definitely the San Antonio Spurs.
Okay.
And the Warriors.
And I feel like it's because it's a legacy thing. I feel like
they have one of the greatest legacies of all time.
Oh, 100%.
They have 5 championships just in the Tim Duncan era. Like Tim Duncan was a special player, and his demeanor set how the Spurs continue developing their players.
Yeah.
And the Spurs is one of my favorite teams in the league, man.
Yeah,
And I really enjoy that the Warriors are also getting a similar rep. The Warriors, you come here, you play for the system. Even though they have superstars, right? They have Steph Curry, best point guard in the league.
Didn't Steve Kerr
KD
coach alongside Greg for a couple?
Yes, in San Antonio. That's where he learned it from, man.
Feel me?
That's where he learned it from.
Feel me? Because he knew, and I feel like he understood that Greg's system. I mean, Greg's not a big fan of the three, but Steve Kerr was a shooter, boy. Lights out. But I don't know. I feel,
so here's an interesting stat for Steve Kerr.
Go for
People
it.
say he's a shooter, right? He's a knockdown, right?
Yeah.
He had a season where he shot like 56% from 3, but he only shot 2 threes a game. Like, the NBA game then is so different than it is now.
It is because back then was like more of a big man.
Right. If somebody here shoots 2 threes a game and he's shooting 56%, he's making 1 out of 2, which is like, okay, but like I need you to shoot more.
Yeah.
Right now, if a player's shooting 7, 8, 9, 10 threes a game, which some players are,
James,
and he's shooting
Harden,
and he's shooting 40%, you're like, I take it, because if he's shooting 10 threes, that's 4 threes a game. That's
buckets.
That's buckets.
Buckets.
NBA game it's cool just to compare.
Yeah.
How players have played and now to compare how free agents have moved compared to
the game is evolving. Like the NBA right now,
it's not, you don't even have to go back that far.
Yeah.
The first time, like this wave of free agency and players determining where they want to go, it started back in 2010, 2011 when LeBron said, "I'm going to Miami."
Yeah.
Like
and
he set the tone for how.
But he's such an influence that people automatically always want to blame him. But since LeBron James is who he is, it's automatically like, oh, it's your fault,
bro. Because if you think about it, this year has been like one of the craziest free agencies ever.
Probably the craziest free agency.
Moves. Like the top 10, like out of the top 10 players, 4 or 5 of them moved places.
Yep.
Right? Like
there's four alone in California. 4 top 5 players alone in Cali.
4 out of the top 5 players in the league
are in the West.
Are playing in California. No, not even the West. California. LeBron. AD. Kawhi.
Steph.
And Steph. Number 5 is KD. KD's in Brooklyn now. Bro, the landscape is just and the NBA is the best league in the world.
Oh, 100%.
There's no other league where you see players move like this.
Where congrats to the USA soccer team.
Oh yeah.
They
World
got
champions this year.
they got the dub. So right now, soccer is probably the number one watch sport nationally
In the world.
In the world.
Not nationally. Nationally, I think
Yeah.
basketball is.
No, for sure basketball is, but I'm saying like
In the
worldwide
world.
basketball has definitely moved up because of social media and how we can spread it to the point where I believe like it goes soccer and then basketball now. Like baseball used to be up there.
It used to.
Used to be like baseball's America's
So,
pastime, but no
if-
one is like there.
It used
with
to be
baseball.
America's pastime. Right? That's the rep it gets. But I think if I'm not mistaken, to this day, the NFL is still number 1.
NFL, little by
They're
little,
still number
from
one.
what I've noticed,
Like NFL used to be here, like say 10 years ago, and the NBA was here. It's literally like this right now.
I think the NBA has passed it. As much as I love football to death, I believe that
Personally,
ever since the Colin Kaepernick movement, which I love personally,
there's a lot of controversy.
it's a lot of controversy, but it's like he gave a voice to players for certain things as well, and I believe that ratings and numbers started really moving and really changing, and I just feel like the NBA itself has kind of ratings-wise and numbers-wise has definitely picked up compared to how the NFL is. A lot of people are starting
But
to
then
not
it's weird though because
play because of like the
Uh-huh.
injuries, how they don't
there's a lot
like
to
they
be
don't
fixed with
care
the
for their
schedule.
players as much as like
The NBA.
as much as like NBA players. You know what I'm saying? Like football is, again, like I said, I love it and the intensity is phenomenal. But sometimes like I feel like when it comes to the business aspect, they start just looking at your body and they're just like, well, this is what you need. This is what I need you to do. And if you can't do it, like in the NBA, it's a little different. In the NFL, it's like, yo, you're not playing today. It's cool because I got second string, third string, fourth string, fifth string. Like I'm ready. Like it doesn't matter if you're not playing this week. I got somebody else ready.
Right, like in
So
the
it's
NBA,
like-
if you take out a player like KD, you see it in the NBA Finals, the team falls
The
apart.
team falls apart. In the NFL, you can plug in. Yo, you third string. Don't worry about it. Come here. Put him in. He's gonna run for 230 yards. Easy.
Right. I think the talent pool is so different compared to the NBA. Like, the NBA, you have your superstars, right? And you have your players that come out of nowhere and make a name for themselves. But what I really like about football is that you could be watching it one day. Like, I could be watching football with you one day, and this player's like having a great game, and you go, bro, who's that?
Yeah.
And you're like Adam Thielen.
Yeah.
I can't say his last name,
No, you're fine,
but
you're fine. Yeah, I got you.
the receiver from the Vikings.
Yeah.
He came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Nobody was talking about him.
That white boy?
He had a phenomenal.
Man, nice.
He had a phenomenal year, and he came out, and now everybody knows who he is.
Balls out.
You know.
And he wears these highlighter ass yellow gloves, and he looks so raw, bro. He looks disgusting.
What I was talking about with Massimo earlier is that the NBA landscape, you kind of have an idea of like how the superstars are going to move, especially since LeBron set the tone. Like you know moves are going to happen.
Exactly.
And what he was saying, like he kind of likes that in football that doesn't happen as much. Like players aren't just moving everywhere, flying everywhere.
Because so
they're kind of like you get to a team and you try your best with that team, and either you get traded away or you kind of just re-sign there.
100%.
Like
So like
players don't move as much.
In a sense, I appreciate it also because you start building more of like this camaraderie, this this football is a genuine team. Like you need 11 men to make something happen on the field. And basketball, all you need is 5, and all you really need is 2 to really make shit happen in the NBA.
Look at the Cavs. Their championship year, you had
LeBron, Kyrie, and then
K-Love
with assist and boards. You know what I'm saying? Like, if without the O line, which O line, offensive linemen don't get enough credit.
I think what it breaks down to is
Like it's just they start everything. You really genuinely need 11 men. You know what I'm saying?
you can say there's one or two positions in the NFL that if that player has an astounding game, it changes the game completely, right?
100%.
In the NBA, just one player needs to have an amazing game,
And he changes the entire dynamic of the game.
Completely
Shifted.
flipped on its side.
Completely.
In football, you need that team effort.
You do need the team effort.
Not
and
that
like,
basketball's not a team game.
no, of course not.
Obviously
Yeah,
it is.
obviously it is. Yeah.
But the superstar power,
It's
in the
very
league.
minimized. Yeah, like with the team because, say for example, Odell Beckham, arguably best receiver in the game, arguably, right?
I don't think you have to argue it. He's the
I don't know, man, because it's like I like Antonio Brown. I think he's sick. Julio Jones is still up there, huge target. But so for example, like I said, Odell Beckham. Without a quarterback, he's not getting the ball. Without an offensive line, the QB's not even touching the ball. So it starts from the trenches. If they don't hike the ball, the quarterback's not getting the ball. If the offensive line doesn't block,
Right.
Odell's not going to be the
you.
star
I got you.
that everyone knows that
Right.
that he is. You know what I'm
You
saying?
give LeBron the ball, you let him do his thing,
And he can score. He can go
and you leave it. He
back
can
to
change
back, and he can
it. He can change the game.
fast
completely.
break, layup, and come back. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
LeBron can score back. You know what I'm saying? So it's like the dynamic of football is definitely different. But I do at the same time love the excitement of the NBA and the NBA free agency and how all these players are moving. They're like, screw you, I'm gonna play with my best friend and I'm gonna win a chip.
Yeah.
That's it. You know
What
what
I
I'm
like
saying?
about football though is that every year you go into it, you kind of go, oh, I think he's gonna win. I think this team's gonna win. I think this team's gonna win. But you never really know.
Eagles are winning, by the way.
That's what you said last year. But you never really know.
It was one pass, bro, one drop pass.
You get what I'm saying? Like you never really know.
You
who's
don't.
gonna win.
That's why football is very scary. Like one mistake completely changes the dynamic. Like if you fumble one play and you didn't expect that fumble, the entire like momentum shifts. Like and it sucks.
I was watching Massimo's spring game.
Yeah.
Right.
Shout out to Massimo.
They're a touchdown away.
Yeah.
From essentially taking the league against the school.
Yeah.
This kid breaks open. He's wide open. I say they're probably 30, 40 yards out from the touchdown. This kid breaks away completely from his defender.
Yeah.
There's no safety back there with him. He's wide open running. They throw him a bomb. It's in his hands, and he drops it. The game's over. The game's literally over because you don't have time to come back, gather yourselves again, and go for it again. In the NBA, if you miss a three with like 15 seconds left, you can play defense, come back and hit the three. But then
dropped the pass.
yeah, he dropped it. It's all right. It happens. You know?
He probably cried. He probably cried when he went home.
But like that's
Like, motherfuckers suck!
like football. You have to be so precise. Like if that ball's
Every play counts.
if that ball's not there,
Every play
if that
counts.
ball's not there,
Yeah. If
play
everybody
doesn't
on the
happen.
field doesn't do their job, the play isn't going to. It's not going to flourish.
right?
Don't get me wrong. There's playmakers in the league that can really make things happen. So, for example, like Russell Wilson, if a play breaks down, he'll scramble, boom, and just it's gone. You know what I'm saying? He can get it out of his hands or he'll run it. Like Cam Newton is pretty good at playmaking as well.
Mhm.
There's players in the league that can definitely change certain moments, but it's definitely a true team effort. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
By the way, the Knicks free agency. Listen, guys.
You must be very sad. You must be a sad guy right now.
Listen,
words.
guys. I'm just. Let's
You guys essentially missed out on everything you wanted.
Let's just
You
have
wanted
Let's just have a
Zion.
winning season, please. That's all I'm asking. Win a little more.
There's jokes. There's jokes that they're saying that they're gonna miss the regular season because they don't have a good enough team. So, wait, hey, but you did get a consolation prize.
Who?
Julius Randle and Bobby Portis.
RJ
Two
Barrett.
power
RJ
forwards.
Barrett, you're gonna have a lot of bruises. You need to carry this team, all right, buddy? I got you.
Hey, but at least you guys will win the summer league.
You think so?
Yeah, because you guys have a lot of 2-year players: Mitchell Robinson,
Knox.
Kevin Knox. You
Did
know.
you see Zion rip the ball out of Knox's hands? Oh my God!
By the way,
He's a behemoth.
By the way, Zion played 9 minutes. In those 9 minutes,
He dominated.
Freak of nature.
Yeah.
Freak of nature.
Hope you
bro.
get better though. By the way, Bruce Lee.
Absolutely. I don't think it's a matter like it's just
No,
like
it's just like all right.
his bruise. Okay, put the glass statue away.
Yeah.
You know, like it's that idea that you have to preserve him as much as you can. Like I got a feeling if he's limping in a game, in a regular season game, they're just gonna okay, let's go take him out. Like he's gonna be protected, so he's gonna be like the poster baby. Like you have to protect him.
Yeah.
But his athletic ability is insane.
It's ridiculous.
Bro, he grabs Kevin Knox, yanks it out of his arm. Kevin Knox falls like he was hit by a train.
Two-step.
Bro, he comes, slams it, he yells, and he's like it's not
Crowd
like there
goes
was.
wild.
It was ridiculous. Like I can't wait to see him break on his first fast break. The crowd is gonna stand
I hope
up
that's his first official like NBA points.
on a fast break.
On a
just-
fast break. Boom! Tomahawk. Just cock it back, boy.
Like
And
LeBron's.
yeah, like
That wasn't his first point.
It wasn't, but it would still be a great way to
Right.
kind of like get
Right.
in there. So
Yeah, man. The NBA free agency, man.
crazy. The NBA is probably the best sport in the world.
There's not much else. Like there's certain things. I'm stuttering a lot. There's a lot of things that you can't necessarily put into words, and just free agency is one of those things where like just the NBA in general. For me, it's my favorite league. It's my favorite sport.
okay.
It's the best league in the world,
Yeah.
and it's awesome. We're constantly entertained. There's no basketball playing right now.
Yeah, and
There's
we're
no
still
basketball
entertained by it.
entertained by it.
Like completely.
NBA free agency. Sometimes some people say, "Yo, like the season ends," but I'm like, "Oh wait, in a month free agency starts, and it's like if we're in the middle of the season, we're so
Exactly.
excited for it."
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
gonna
That
be lit,
is
man.
another episode of the Double Effect. This is what number 4.
Yeah, guys. Oh, I got Steven Adams as my center.
He shot the same percentage. I'm like,
Steven Adams is like this. Hike. Guard me, bitch. Fucking right here.
He's
Fuck
too
the
tall.
Who's too tall?
Steven Adams.
Who? That's fine.
who gonna get past him?
That's fine.
You can under him.
We got Kevin Love as the QB. He can see over him. He's fine. You see fucking Kevin Durant all the way over there, his long ass. Just fucking toss that bitch.
I don't
You
want
don't see
Katie-
Giannis.
I don't want Katie in my whiteout.
I do.
I'll stuff his ass like today.
A what?
Who else would play?
You know how weak that man is?
I
What
mean,
about John-
to be
what
honest,
about
I have
John-
Damian Lillard as my
Oh.
slot.
De'Aaron Fox?
He's my slot. He's
Yeah,
my
Westbrook-
slot.
Westbrook
He's
is corner. No, I got
Westbrook at corner or
Westbrook
like if
at
I want
back.
like a speed, like if I want like a wildcat. Yo, West, you got it. All right.
You know who's my running back? You know who's my running back? Eric Bledsoe.
That's a big ass
little
nigga.
bully, bro.
No, him and Kyle Lowry in the backfield just like nigga just go.
I think Kyle Lowry's too slow.
Nah, I think Kyle Lowry is getting me 6 yards every carry. Lower your shoulder and go forward.
No,
You know
lower
who
your
put in
shoulder.
wide- you know who put in wide
Beverly at
receiver?
slot.
Patrick Beverly?
At
You
slot.
know what?
Nah, I think he's a corner. I think
Really?
he's a perfect corner.
Oh,
Eyes
yeah,
and
yeah,
niggas
yeah.
locked down. Like just like here,
Like,
nigga, nigga, right there.
My wide receiver, I'm putting Zach Levine. I just throw it. Literally just throw it.
Nigga,
Bro, you grab it anywhere.
Palm.
You grab it anywhere.
palmed.
Dang.
Great topic right there. All
Yo,
NBA
that's
football
so
team.
raw.
All NBA football team. That's it. Who else? I got Jokic probably as like my right tackle.
I don't.
That's my backup. That's my
He
backup
does not
quarterback.
play football for me.
He's
My
my backup
He's
quarterback.
fucking huge.
Bro,
No one's getting past him.
His lateral movement is the worst.
You don't need lateral movement as a O-line. Come here. That's it. Take one step back. He's solid, nigga. No, nobody's passing that.
All right, before Dirk
Who else?
retired, LeBron literally was like the third slowest person in the league when it came to defense.
LeBron is being. He's gonna be MVP of the league.
He's so smart. I don't think he needs to move on.
You know,
defense.
LeBron
He
was
knows-
It's because he doesn't try to shoot.
He
He's
was
like
all-time
nah,
American in high school for
Yeah.
football.
Who? LeBron?
Bro.
Yeah, LeBron played wide receiver.
LeBron was
If
gonna be.
Allen
like-
Iverson was still in the league, he'd be my QB.
What?
Oh, true.
Allen Iverson played QB and
Play
corner.
QB and corner.
Yeah.
He
He
literally
won,
seemed to like
he won a national championship in football and
saw
basketball
that
the same
video.
year.
I saw that
Yeah.
video, bro.
Yeah, he
played
left.
corner.
He left.
He
Because
has
coaches said
bunnies,
they're like,
son.
you'll do
It's
phenomenal
disgusting.
basketball. They're like, I bet. He's like, I bet.
Disgusting.
Got them a chip.
You know who's my power
Yo,
forward?
by the way, that's delicious. Good job.
Yo, so
Yeah, this
from,
was phenomenal.
from so
The second game, I was like,